This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so what we were discussing in our last session? Do you remember what we discussed in our last session?
Product cost by period.
Product cost by period, right? So within product cost by period, what we understood is the entire process, right? We understood what is a process, but we were trying to see in the system and we were getting some challenges. Okay, so what is the process? The process is you create a production order and release it. Okay, in case of create production order and releasing, what will happen is system will or maybe in control tab, you will be able to see the product cost collector. So in control tab, system will show you product cost collector. So in this particular case, in product cost by period, our cost object is product cost collector. Whatever cost you will be posting in the production order, it will go to the product cost collector. It will not go to the production order because production order is not a cost object here. Whatever cost you post in production order, it will automatically get transferred to product cost collector. So whenever you issue the raw materials, so next one would be issue raw material, confirm quantities. So confirm activities. Whatever activities you will carry out, whatever raw materials you will issue, all these things also will get loaded into the product cost collector only. Right? So whatever cost you will post in whatever cost you will post in production order, it will go to product cost collector. Okay, so let's take an example. We are creating the production order of 10 quantity, okay, of our product, which is desktop. So if I issue the raw material of all the 10 quantities, my total raw material cost per unit is 25,000, which means it will become 250,000. So this 250,000 will be loaded to product cost collector, right? And the remaining cost, which is 12,500, I think, right? What is our total cost of the product? So if I go for our product cost collector, which is KKF6N. This is a transaction code to display, create, change the product cost collector. Okay, so material is desktop and plant is ABCS. Okay, and if I click on this, it will show me the standard cost estimate here. Okay, so click on this cost estimate. So total cost is 31,750, and how it is divided? If I want to see the cost components, so 25,000 is my raw material cost, and then there is an overhead of 1250, and again there is the overall cost of activity, which is 5,000 per unit, right? Which means if I confirm the activities, if I confirm, let's say I'm confirming the activities only for 5 units, okay, 5,000 each. 5,000 is the cost each quantity, so it will become 25,000. So total cost that would be loaded into my product cost collector is 2,75,000, 250 plus 25,000. So this 2,75,000 is going to be my total actual cost, which is loaded onto the product cost collector. Let me enter all this information here. So with this scenario, our actual cost will become 275,000. Okay. As of now, we have still not received any FG. If you have still not received any FG, what would be your target cost? We understood last time. What is the target cost?
Same as actual cost.
Is it? What is the difference between target cost and actual cost then?
Number of units produced.
Exactly. So target cost is standard cost estimate. Okay, standard cost multiplied by number of FG received. Right? This is a formula for the target cost. So what is our standard cost per unit? It is 31,750. Right? And multiplied by how many products we completed, or how many FG is already received for this order. As of now, we have not received any FG. So it will be 0, which is equal to target cost is still 0. There is no target cost. Target cost will come into the picture only when you receive the FG quantity. Okay, whatever quantity of FG you received multiplied by whatever is the standard cost, that will become your target cost. Right? Let's assume, let's change this now. Since we understood the definition of target cost, we received the FG in stock 2 units. Okay, we only received 2 units into the stock. Right? So what will become my target cost now? This will become 2 and this will become 63,500 if I'm not wrong. Okay, it will become 63,500 will become my target cost. Is it clear now what is target cost? Let's see it one by one if you want. Only thing is, the problem is the FG is giving the problem. If you remember last time we have seen, FG is asking for the cost object. It is not automatically taking the production order as a cost estimate, and that is the reason I was not able to show you this complete scenario. But I'll show you the configurations and the entire process. We will not worry about the figures. Okay, but just understand with this example, what is your actual cost, what is your target cost, as well as what are the other things, like at the period end, what would be the WIP and what would be the variance. Now looking at this example, okay, let's say at the end of the period, this is a situation. The situation is we created the production order of 10 quantity. We issued the raw material of all the 10 quantity. We confirmed only 5 units and we received in the stock 2 quantity. Okay, looking at this information, what would be at the period end, what would be my WIP and what would be my variance? So what do you think? What would be the WIP in this particular case? In case of product cost by order, my WIP was based on the actual cost. So whatever is the actual cost, that will become my WIP, right? But in this particular case, my WIP is not based on the actual cost. This is product cost by period. My WIP is based on the target cost. So what do you think? What would be the WIP in this case?
Actual cost of number of units not produced. So out of 10, 2 is produced. So 8 units are work in progress into the standard cost.
Okay, so according to you, WIP would be total quantity to be produced, okay, minus FG already received, okay, this is in bracket. So first we will calculate this. So according to your calculation, this is going to be 8 multiplied by, what you said, multiplied by
31,750.
31,750. Okay, how many of you agree to this?
Is it wrong?
Is it? It is wrong. It is wrong, because the reason is why it is wrong. There is a reason also. If this is the case, then there will not be any variance at all. But as I told you, in product cost by period, you not only have WIP, but you will also get variance. There is a reason, because this formula is wrong. So if I rectify this formula, then variance calculation will become easy. So
Okay.
only one change. This is, you are right. FG already received is 2 quantity, but instead of total quantity, we need to only consider here confirmed quantity. So in this case, how many quantities confirmed? We confirmed only 5 units. Although our production order is 10 units, but we confirmed only 5 units. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so confirmed quantity is only 5 units. So what will happen here is 5 minus 2. This confirmed quantity is 5 minus FG already received is 2. So this will become 3 multiplied by 31,750, which will come to, let's calculate. So 31,750 multiplied by 3. This will become my 95,250 will become my WIP. 95,250 will become my WIP. Okay. Now we are only left with variance. What will be the variance? So for variance, any idea what is the formula? You just need to remember these formulas. This formula you need to remember. If you remember this formula, the calculation will become very easy.
It's target minus actual.
Target minus actual. Okay, so you are saying target minus actual. So what is our target here? Target, do you mean all the 10 quantity?
Yes.
Or only target as of now is only 2 quantity. We have only completed 2 quantity as of
Only
now.
2. Okay. So only for 2. Only for 2.
No, then in that case it will be variance would be minus.
63. Okay.
Yes, it is not
So
target minus
target.
actual. Let me tell you what is the formula here. For variance, the formula is, first of all, actual cost minus allocated actual cost. I'll tell you what is allocated actual cost minus WIP. Okay, allocated actual cost can be also called as the FG, whatever FG you have received, cost related to FG. Okay, and then minus WIP. So let's try to calculate this. What is my total actual? Sorry, what is my total? Yeah, what is my total actual cost in this case? Total actual cost, it is already written above.
Actual cost is 2,75,000.
Right, 275,000. This is my actual cost, 275,000. What is my cost related to FG? I completed 2 units, right? So this is my cost, target cost. I can say the target cost also. Allocated actual cost is equal to the target cost also. So allocated actual cost will become 63,500. And what is my WIP? Just now we calculated WIP. Our WIP is, sorry, not this. Our WIP is this one,
95,250.
95,250. Okay, so in this way, what would be our variance? So our variance would be starting from here, or maybe let's do it in Excel. It would be better. Okay, so I'll write all these figures here. So our first of all, actual cost How we calculated actual cost? The actual cost, which is the amount of activities and amount of raw material that we issued. So 2,75,000. Then came to target cost. Okay, target cost in our case is 63,500. How we calculated this? This we calculated by having a formula, which is number of FG received multiplied by standard cost per unit, right? Then we calculated WIP. So WIP is equal to what? WIP is equal to confirmed quantity minus FG multiplied by standard cost. Okay, so let me just cut and paste it here. Yeah, so it was 93,250, I think. It was 95,250. So 95,250. So variance, we can say variance is nothing but it is whatever is left over here. So this would become minus, this would become minus, and whatever is left over here, 116250 will become your variance. Okay, so in this case, you are getting WIP also, variance also. So in case of product cost by order, we either get WIP or we get variance. We cannot get both. But in case of product cost by period, because our WIP is based on the target cost, we will get WIP also and we will get variance also. Okay, so let's say this is at the end of 11th month. 11 means February month. Same thing. Let's see, the situation will change in the March. Now in March, confirmed quantity is still 5. I'll write it here. Confirmed quantity is still 5. Actual cost is also same. Let's say the same situation. So there is no change in the confirmed quantity. There is no change in the actual cost. Only thing is number of FG, we received all 5, or we received 4. Let's say we received 4. So what would be my target cost now? So this will remain same. This is my actual cost. Yeah, what will become my target cost now? Assuming we received 4 FG by the end of March. Here we received only 2 FG. So what will become my target cost based on this formula?
Four into 31,200 actual cost, a standard cost.
Exactly. So 31,750 multiplied by 4. Okay, which will come to 'So this will become my target cost, 127,000. What will be my WIP now? Confirmed quantity is still 5. And how many FG has been received? We received 4. So WIP would be standard cost multiplied by 1. Right? 5 minus 4 will give me 1. So this is equal to 5 minus 4, which is 1 unit. I think someone has made this as a date field. So don't worry about this. This will become 1. And what will be the WIP?
31,750.
Exactly. So it will be standard cost of one product, 31,750. And last one, the remaining one is variance. So what would be the variance here? It would be this minus this minus this. Something wrong? No, it is same because we have not done any other expenses. So whatever is left, because this much work is still left, we already done this expenses, but we are still not done any improvement, any there is no progress being done in the month of March. Okay, whatever actual cost has been booked, that is same. That is the reason we are getting the same variance. So the system is only playing with these two figures here. But if you change the status, let's say for example, if you say confirmed quantity has been moved to 6 or 7, or even the definitely it will change the actual cost. And once the actual cost will change, the variance will also change. Is it clear now? Is it very much clear now what will happen to the product cost by period? So let me show you the configurations and one cycle. Although as I told you that FG is giving problem, that is the reason I'm not able to show you the complete process, but we will see one thing at a time.
Vikram, this actual cost, the very first number, 275K, from where you got that?
This I got by the calculation. So if you see here, what we have done is we created the production order and we issued all the raw material for all the 10 quantity.
Okay.
We issued the complete raw material, and raw material cost per unit is 25,000. So our raw material cost has become 250,000, right?
Yes.
And then we confirmed 5 activities. Confirmed activities for 5 units, and each unit cost of activity is 5,000, which means 25,000 of activity cost. So total actual cost 2,50,000 plus 25,000 of activities.
And you haven't considered overhead cost, right, here?
No, that if you book, see in this example, we are not booked the actual overhead till now. Maybe we will book at the end of the cycle. If you book the overhead in the first month itself, then definitely overhead will also come into the picture. Are you getting it?
But generally, and when this process, because generally we book overhead at the end of month, right?
At the end of the month. Yes, you are right. So yeah, so what will happen in that case is, you are right. What you are saying is right, but in this example, I have not took that. So what you are saying is, let's say my 2,50,000 is my raw material cost and 25,000 is my activity cost. Now, in addition to this, once I run the overhead cycle, actual overhead cycle, I think we have 5%, right, for both. So here it will become 1250, and here it will become
250.
250. No, not 250. It would be 125.
Oh yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
So this cost will also get added to the actual cost. So my actual cost will become 276,375. If I apply the overheads, this 275,000 will become 276,375, and then automatically the other values will change because of the actual cost. Target cost and WIP will remain same, but there will be the change in variance.
Okay. So in real, on real projects or in real scenario, business do consider overhead expense or they don't?
No, they definitely, in the month end, they will execute the overhead first, then WIP, then variance, and finally the settlement.
I see.
So
Okay.
overheads are calculated every monthly. In this example, I have not took, but yes, you are right. So overhead should be also considered whenever you are running the period end activities.
Thank you, Vikram.
Okay, so now let's go and see what is the, although we have seen that, but let's try to summarize today. So what we have seen is in product cost by period, all the configurations are done from controlling. Okay, you will go to product cost controlling. From product cost controlling, you will go to cost object controlling. Okay, and you will go for product cost by period. Okay, if you want to see the T codes, you can obviously go to additional information, display key, and IMG activity. Okay, so let's go to the first one. We don't need to make any changes in this basic settings for product cost by period because this is related to overheads. Okay, and if you remember, we already created the costing sheet. We are using the same costing sheet which we created when we were doing the product cost planning. So in this basic settings for product cost by period, we don't need to do anything. Our main task starts here in product cost collectors. Because in product cost by period, our cost object is product cost by collector. So product cost collector, the first thing is check the variants for the product cost collector. See what is happening is, these are the costing variants for product cost collectors. So you can see here, this PPP1, PPP3, preliminary, all these things are coming into the picture. Let me show you. So if I go to the order that we created in our last session, CO03, and this is, I think, the last order that I created. So let's open this. Okay, and if I go to the control tab, I'll be able to see this product cost collector. Okay, and you can see this product cost collector or this production order is assigned to costing variants PPP1, PPP3. Even if you go to product cost collector,
Vikram, are you sharing anything?
Yes, are you not able to see screen?
No, I'm not able to see actually.
What about others?
I can see.
I can see too.
I can see,
So
sir.
is something wrong? Can you just try to reconnect?
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see here also you have the planned costing variant and actual costing variant. So these costing variants are configured from here. These are the standard ones. See, what we have done is, when we created the product cost collector, if you remember, we selected what was the order type that we selected for product cost collector? We selected order type RM01, right? And in this configuration settings, there are default settings for the costing variant. Sorry, for the order type. So order type is assigned to this costing variants. Okay, so you can see from here, if I go to preliminary, again, you can see this is exactly same as what we have done in case of the product cost planning. Okay, so at that time we use PPC1. Similarly, there are different costing variants used in the background for different purpose. So for product cost by period, whenever we are using product cost collector, system will go and fetch the information from this costing variant. Okay, so due to some reason, if your values are not getting calculated properly, you can go to the valuation variant, you can check whether the system is picking the information from the right place or not. Okay, if you remember last time we were getting the error because system was taking the average, and that is the reason the activity costs were not getting calculated properly. Or even coming to the material valuation. So material valuation also we added this one, right, from the purchasing info record. If this is not added, then what the system will do? System will not be able to fetch the material related information. So you can go and verify this, although no change is required here. So costing variants are already pre-delivered by SAP. We don't need to change this, just come out. Okay, I'm just showing you what are the different configurations, but we don't need to perform all these configurations normally in the standard product. Okay, even if you're working in the project, most probably you will be using the same costing variants itself. Even if it requires to be changed, you just need to create a copy and then change. Don't change the standard one. Okay, check the order type. This is what I told you. This is one order type that we normally use, RM01. Okay, if you double click, this is where you can add the settlement profile, you can add the planning profile. I'll tell you what exactly it would be used for. So whenever you are doing the final settlement, so whatever cost has been collected in this product cost by collector, once you do the WIP, once you do the variance, the last thing is obviously you are going to do the settlement. So for this settlement, you need the settlement profile. Again, we are using the standard one here. Okay, let's come out. This is the number range. So based on whenever you select this order type RM01, system will trigger the next number available. So in this, our case, you can see this product cost collector is having this number 7000041, which is coming from that particular number range. So due to some reason, if the system is not able to generate the number range, you need to come here and you need to change the number ranges from here. Okay, as long as you are using standard, you will not face these issues. Then define the costing accounting relevant default values for order type. So here also, if you go and for our plant, which is ABCS for order type RM01 that we are using, you can see from this is where you are defining the plant costing variant and simulation costing variant, okay, which is automatically coming in the product cost collector. So if you come here and see this data, you can see plant costing variant, you can see PPP3 costing sheet and all. So all these things, all these settings are coming from this default values that you mentioned for the order type. Okay, you can see RA key also. So this is also getting triggered from this place. This is a RA key. Okay, let's come out, not from this configuration. Okay, so this is the product cost collector configuration. Then we don't need to go to the simultaneously costing. You need to go to the period end closing. If you go to, this is more related to PP configuration, which is a repetitive manufacturing configuration. When you create a production order, what fields you want to default. Okay, so that settings can be done from the simultaneous costing, but we don't need to worry about this. Then you need to go to the period end closing, and this period end closing is almost same whatever we have done in product cost by order. In product cost by order also we use the same folder. If you remember, if you go through the sessions that we conducted on product cost by order, we use the same 3 nodes to perform the WIP configuration, variance configuration, and settlement configuration. So in terms of variance and settlement, we don't need to make any change. Whatever settings we are done in product cost by order will remain same. There is only one small difference in WIP. Okay, only one activity that you need to carry out once again. So this activity we have done in case of product cost by order, this will remain same. This activity we carried out, this will also remain same. This will also remain same. Only this activity, define valuation method. If you remember, last time what we have done is we created the new entry here. System asked us, in case of product cost by order, system asked us whether you want to create the valuation method as actual cost or as a target cost. So what you will do in case of product cost by order, you will select actual cost or target cost. In case of product cost by order.
Target cost.
No, in case of product cost by order, I'm saying.
Order than actual cost.
Yeah, in case of product cost by order, you will select actual cost. So what I've done is, in case of product cost by period, I just created one more as a target cost. I'll show you. If you go to controlling area ABCS, you'll be able to see this 0002 is for actual cost. You can see the description here itself. So this one, 1, 2, 3, 4 we created at the time of actual cost, at the time of product cost by order. Now I just created 1, 2, 3, 4. These are created for target cost. Okay, same way, you just click on the new entry. System will ask you how you want to create it, whether the actual cost or the target cost. You will click on the target cost. Let me show you. It will ask you for the controlling area, RA version, and RA key. So controlling area, you will select ABCS, your own controlling area. RA version, we are only using 0, so it will only show you the 0 option. And RA key, there are different RA keys for actual as well as target. So for actual, we use 2. For target, we will use 3. Okay, so I just provided this, and once you do this, system will create this additional lines here. You can see this 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the 4 lines created. And do you remember why we create this? What is the purpose of this status and what exactly this will do?
It is for month-end process, right? To calculate the
Whatever we are doing is for month-end process. We are doing for WIP calculation, and WIP is calculated at the month-end. But what is the purpose of this status? What will happen if it is TCO, if it is released, if it is delivered, if it is
I think for
partially released?
variance calculation, I think.
Exactly. The system will determine what to do, whether to calculate the WIP or to cancel the WIP, right? If you remember, in product cost by order, what we have done is we told the system that WIP will be only calculated when the order status is not TICO, not DLV. And if the order status is TICO or DLV, then what system will do? System will cancel whatever WIP has been calculated previously, right? So those things are configured from here. So we just need to add the 4 lines for the target cost. And we don't need to add that. System will automatically add that 4 lines. You just need to tell the RA version, RA key. Okay, and then all the things. We have seen this: define line IDs, define assignment, define update, define posting rules. Let me show you. What we have done is define line IDs. In ABCS, we defined the 4 lines, one for activities, one for raw material, one for overheads, and last one for settlement cost. Right, then what we have done is we also define the assignment, which means how the system will know what cost will be posted to raw material. So for example, material cost will come from what? Material cost will come from GL account 400000. Why? Because this GL account is storing the consumption of raw material. This GL account is consumption of raw material. So whatever cost has been booked in this GL account will move into the material cost. Similarly, overheads are booked in this GL account. Activities are booked in this GL account. So you are mapping, you are telling the system how system will know which cost is associated with activities, which cost is associated with overheads, which cost is associated with material, and what cost is associated with the settlement. Okay, in define update, what you need to do is you need to copy. You will already see for ABCS, we have created for RAK 2. So you just need to copy this 4 and provide it for 0003. This is what I have done. So you can see just the copy of this is created with 4 lines. So in short, whatever configurations you do for product cost by order, it is exactly same as product cost by period when it comes to WIP, when it comes to variance, when it comes to settlement. There is only one change, that you need to create a separate valuation method for target cost. Okay, with this, let me now show you one entire cycle. Although FG we are getting issue, but we will see otherwise all the other things. So I'll simply create a production order. Okay, so our material is this one. And as we discussed, we created the new order type for product cost by period, that is ZP01. Okay, ZP01. Now, as soon as I enter, system will ask me how much quantity you want to produce. I'll say I want to produce 10 quantity. Okay, by when you want to produce? I want to produce by 16th of Feb 2020. Just press enter. Ignore the warning message, press another enter. And if your production order type is ZP01, this means when we copied this ZP01, we told the system that this is related to product cost by period. And that is the reason if you go to the control data, you will be able to see product cost collector. Right? This will only come if your order type is related to product cost by period. So you can see the product cost collector here. Also, if you see the status, you'll be able to see PCC here. This also means product cost collector. What does it mean? It means whatever cost I'll be booking in this order, it will ultimately go to this product cost collector only. Okay, so release this also and save it.
Vikram, can you show how you had created that order type?
Order type, okay. We've seen that in the last session, right? I told you that tick also.
Yeah.
So in SPRO, see, normally this production order type is created in PP. So you have to go to production in that case. Okay, and you have to go for shop floor control. In shop floor control, you will go to master data order. And this is where the first thing you will create this ZP01. So simply I copied from PP01. There is no change here. This is just a copy of PP01. Okay, but then once this is created in PP, then we need to provide the details related to costing to this order type, right? So all the other things will come under controlling. So if you go to controlling module, and then if you go to product cost controlling, okay, cost object controlling, product cost by order, okay, there are some settings which you need to maintain here, some settings here. So it is not necessary that all the configurations related to product cost by period will be available in this folder. So manufacturing orders is available inside this one. Even the periodic activities, whatever period and configuration, it is not available in order. It is available only in period. So there are some settings which are common in both. No need to worry whether I should go here or here. So manufacturing orders, and this is where you will be setting up the order type. So check order types. So this is okay, this was not required. This one, define the cost accounting relevant default values for order types and plants. So in this one, I will go to plant ABCS, and you can see this order type ZP01. Okay, and this is where I have defined the settings, and I told the system that use the product cost collector in case of this order. And also I provided this PP2. Why I provided PP2? Because I want to do the periodic settlement, not the final settlement. This is another difference between product cost by order and period. Product cost by order does the settlement as full settlement at the end of the order cycle. But in case of product cost by period, the settlement needs to be done periodically. Here, Sneha?
Yes, Vikram, thank you.
Okay. So let's go to production order, the one that we created just now. So CO03. Yeah, this is the one that we created just now. Just press enter. Okay, so in control, you'll be able to see product cost collector. Here you will be able to see PCC. This itself means this is product cost by period. So just click on this product cost collector. It will take you to this particular screen. Now, this product cost collector is not created for each order separately. There is only one product cost collector created for this material and this plant, right? We don't need to create this product cost collector for each and every order. What will happen is you'll be able to see all the relevant orders in this screen. So if you click on orders, it will tell you these are the number of orders which are created for this particular combination of material and plant. So in product cost by period, the first thing, even before you create a production order, is you need to create the product cost collector that we have seen in the last session, how to create a product cost collector. Right, so this product cost collector is using this production orders. These are the production orders which are created under this product cost collector. So whatever actual cost system will show you now, okay, although we just created the order 81, we have not posted anything, there is no actual cost as of now. But if you click on this cost, it will show you the cost already. It will already show you the actual cost. Okay, why it is not showing? Let me change the currency. See, it is already showing a lot of actual cost which is posted. Why? Because this cost is not only for our order that we created, it is consolidated cost of all the orders that are created till now. Okay, so if you double click on this, okay, and even if you double click once again on this, it will also take you to how exactly this cost is coming. So this cost is coming from this particular order. Okay, so 81 we have not posted anything, but as soon as we post the cost to 81, system will again go and post the cost here. You'll be able to see the actual cost here. Okay, just take this one example. Let's talk about the hard disk. As of now, the actual cost of hard disk is 150,000. Okay, and let me see what is per unit cost of hard disk. Per unit cost of hard disk is 5,000. And if we issue this 10 units, of hard disk, what should happen to the cost? What should happen to the total cost? Total actual cost? This will become 200,000. Okay, let's try. So I'll go to transaction Migo to issue the raw material. Okay, so I'm issuing this raw material goods issue against the order, and my order number is ending with 81. Okay, and I'm just issuing the hard disk. Okay, or maybe let's issue everything so that then we are able to see the other processes also. So I'm issuing RAM, all the 10 quantity I'm issuing at once. So my storage location is this one and my item is okay. Similarly, hard disk, item okay, monitor, item okay, and then the remaining ones. Okay, and try to post it. So raw material has been issued to this production order, which means now if I go to product cost collector once again, let's try to refresh it. So product cost collector, header, and I'll go to cost. Okay, actual cost, let's change the currency to controlling area currency and see if cost has been added. Can you see this now? RAM, hard disk all became 200,000. Okay, even if you double click on this, it will show you 4 lines of 50,000. So one of the line would be related to the order that we just now issued. Let's see. So account assignment, this is older one, 66. You can see this order number. This is not our order. If you go to the last line, I think it is showing in the sequence. So account assignment, you can see this is what we issued just now. Okay, so actual cost is getting updated every time when we issue the raw material or we confirm the quantity. So this one we have seen to issue the raw material. Let's see once again for confirming the quantity. So confirming the quantity is this. As of now, it is 18,000. Okay, as of now, it is 18,000. Let's go and see. It is not showing anything related to our order. So let's go and confirm 5 quantities. Okay, so I'll go to CO05, sorry, CO15 in order to confirm the quantity. So CO15, this is not my order. My order is ending with 81. Okay, and I am confirming 5 quantity. Let's click on save. Ignore the warning message, press enter, and system will confirm the quantity. So now I should be able to see actual cost of activities also. So let's go back and come again just to refresh this header, cost, and let's go to the activity cost. So activity cost, you can see, has been changed. Okay, let's double click and see. So there is one 10,000 line which is added. Let's double click on this also and see this is related to this particular order. So actual cost is getting updated automatically as soon as you do any raw material consumption or you do any activity confirmation. Okay, so let's assume this situation. So what we have done just now, we confirmed 5 quantity, but we have not confirmed any FG. As of now, FG is 0. So my actual cost is, again, I'm not considering overheads. If I want overheads, I can calculate it, but I'm not considering as of now overheads, just to keep it simple. So I think this is exactly what we have done. We have updated the complete, sorry, we have consumed the entire raw material. So 10 units multiplied by 25,000 is 250,000, and 25,000 is our confirming the activities. So as of now, the total actual cost which is booked to this order is 275,000. What is the target cost in this situation? As of today, what is the target cost for this order? Number of FG received multiplied by standard cost per unit. How many FG we have received?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. So this will become
0.
0. What would be my target? Sorry, what would be my WIP now? Confirmed quantity is 5. minus FG 0. So 5 into standard cost. So it would be 31,750 multiplied by 5. So this will become my WIP. And what would be my variance? My variance would be this minus this. Is it clear? So at this stage, if I try to see the target cost, it should show me 0. If I try to see the WIP, it should show me this much. If I try to see the variance, it should show me this much. Let's try to execute this.
Vikram, I have a question. So I know you did a CO15 to confirm the quantity for calculating activity cost, but other confirmation, where do you do to confirm the quantity, FG quantity? Or you?
So we don't need to confirm the FG quantity. We are confirming the activities, not the quantities.
I mean to
Do you
say,
need the remaining part?
no, I mean to say, do you use MIGO to confirm like how many finished goods we have received?
Yeah. So for FG receipt, we will go to MIGO once again.
Okay, thank you.
Same as product cost by order. What we have done in product cost by order is, in order to receive the FG, we go to transaction MIGO, and instead of goods issue, we will say good receipt against the order.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's come out of this and see the target cost. As of now, see, this target cost is not relevant to our order. For our order, the target cost will be 0 because we have still not manufactured or we have still not received any FG into our stock. Okay, if you still want to see the target cost, let's double click on this and see this is related to what, but it will not take you to that screen. So this target cost is not relevant to us. This target cost is relevant to the other orders. Let's go and see the WIP and the variance calculation now. So if I go for WIP and variance calculation, again, I need to go to accounting, controlling, product cost controlling, cost object controlling, product cost by period. Okay, and I want to do the period end activities. So within this, I will go to single functions. Okay, if I want to calculate the overhead, I will go here. Okay, I'm skipping this because we have seen this multiple times. It is, I don't want to confuse you with the overheads figures. Let's go to WIP. So individual processing, let's go for KKAS. Okay, so I want to calculate the WIP for this particular material in this particular plant. System will automatically go and fetch that product cost collector. Okay, for WIP to period, the current period is 11th period and the fiscal year is 2020. Okay, RA version, we only have one RA version, which is 0. You can either specify 0 or click on all RA versions. Okay, and then you if you want the test run, you can do the test run and display orders with errors. So it will show you the orders if there is any error. Let's try to execute this. Controlling area is correct. Okay, so total WIP is calculated this much. This is not, everything is not our WIP. Please try to understand, here we are not doing order by order. We are doing for all the orders that are created for this product cost collector. Right. So if you double click on this, you can see here it is showing you by order. So what we need to do is, let's first do it according to the sequencing, according to the order, and then let's also try to do the subtotal order wise. So this is our total WIP 158,750. Let's see if it is correct. Is it correct? 158,750 confirmed quantity.
Yes.
Multiplied by standard cost. Right. So this is becoming our WIP for this particular order. Okay, if you are happy with this result, what you will do is you will remove the test run. Okay, you will perform the execution. So system will try to book this as WIP. Okay, so now it is WIP is actually calculated. Next one is you will go for variance. Okay, so for variance, you will come out of WIP, you will go to variance, and here you will go for individual processing. Okay, here also it is not for one order, it is for the complete material. So desktop in this plant period, again I will write 11th period for 2019. This is fine, this is fine. Let's try to execute it. System became a little bit slower. It will not take that much time. It will immediately show you the results normally. Okay, so again, this is showing you total. It is not only showing you for your order. So let's try to double click and maybe let's see if it is showing order wise. No, not this. Order wise, how it will show. Let me just, I think I have to add the order column here. Let's see. It is showing overall. We want to see order wise. There is a place definitely. I'm just trying to see where exactly I can get that order field. This is the entire calculation, but again, where is the order? Oh, this is showing you the complete production order. Okay, let me come back to you on this. But this will show you whatever the best way to execute this scenario. The best way to understand this scenario is just create one production order. What we have done is we have created multiple production orders under the same product cost collector, and that is the reason we are not able to segregate the values. Okay, but that is also possible. I'm not saying that is not possible. There is one way. I'm just not able to recollect that, but it will show you the order wise also. But whenever you are practicing, just create one order, take the screenshots and keep it with you, which will help you in understanding. And whenever you are practicing, please write this take the screenshots and write these formulas also. This will definitely help you. Otherwise, it is too confusing. What is WIP? What is variance? How WIP is calculated? How variance is calculated? That is always the difficult thing to remember. So just create one document. I also have one document which I'll share with you. So let's summarize it with that document itself. I will show you one document which will explain this thing once again, and we will be able to summarize this topic then. So product cost by period. Okay, so what we have done is, in order to work with product cost by period, the first thing is you need to create a product cost collector. Okay, whenever you are creating the product cost collector, it will ask you for which material you want to create, for which plant, and what is the order type. And you will select either BOM routing or production version. So if you are selecting BOM and routing, you have to provide BOM and routing here. Okay, click on confirm. So this will ask you whether you want to carry out the cost estimate for this product cost collector. You will click on yes, and system will do the standard cost estimate for that particular material. Okay, you can see this is a total standard cost for this material. There are not much activities, only 2 components, seats and engine, and 1 activity. Okay, then you will create the production order. Now in this case, they have used PP05, but in our case, we use ZP01. Okay, so this will be given to you by the production department. This will be given to you by the PP consultant because they are creating the production order type. So whatever production order type they will be creating, you need to maintain the controlling related settings that we just now seen. So you have to tell the system that for this particular order, my settlement would be periodic settlement, and you have to tick that product cost collector indicator. Okay, as soon as you do that, whenever you create a production order, you will be able to see PCC here, which is product cost collector, and you'll be also able to see this product cost collector button here in the control tab. Right? Release the production order, and then you issue the raw material. So you'll go to transaction MIGO to issue the raw material. Once you issue the raw material, then you can again come to product cost collector, click on the cost. It will show you whatever cost has been booked. You can see the actual cost. Okay, this is cost related to raw material. Then you confirm the activities. Again, you can see we are confirming 5 activities. So you confirm the 5 activities out of the total 10 activities. Okay, and it will also add the actual cost related to activities. So now actual cost is 23,50,000 or whatever it is, million, billion, whatever it is. Okay, and then you do the MIGO. When you do the MIGO, you can see out of 10 total quantity, 2 quantities already delivered. So if you go to header and if you see the cost, now you can see there is a cost of this also, whatever you received in the stock. Okay, so this would be minus because this is what you received in the stock. So now starts the month-end process. What is the target cost? Target cost is standard cost estimate multiplied by number of FG received. That is the reason you can see here system is able to calculate the target cost because the FG has been received against this order. Okay, at the period end, when you calculate the WIP will be calculated this way. It is based on WIP equal to standard cost estimate multiplied by number of units confirmed but FG is not received in stock. Okay, so in this particular case, standard cost estimate multiplied by 3 because we confirmed 5 activities but FG is received only for 2. Then you have variance. How the variance will be calculated? So variance is equal to actual cost minus allocated actual cost minus WIP, or you can say target cost. So that will become your variance. And last one, you will use this transaction KK87 to settle. What you will settle in this case? In case of product cost by order, settlement was only done either WIP or variance. But in case of product cost by period, in the settlement document, you will be able to see the WIP also and variance also. So that part you will be able to see in the accounting document. You can see in the accounting document, there are 2 sections. One is related to the WIP and second is relevant to variance.
Vikram, is this for product cost by period? Is this detail?
Yes, 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 this entire detail is for product cost by period. I have
So
the same document for product cost by order also. I'll send you that also.
but in this, if you look at this one here, WIP, so there,
Mhm.
I think you mentioned the standard cost. Will it be actual or standard? If you go a little bit down,
Where? Here?
yeah, little down here, WIP is equal to standard cost estimate.
Right. This will be always standard. So we what we have done 31,750. 31,750 is our standard cost, right?
Yes.
If you see our Excel also,
Yeah,
what we have done.
sorry, yeah. WIP standard cost.
See, this product cost collector will only come in product cost by period. We don't need product cost collector in product cost by order. In product cost by order, our cost object is production order or process order.
Okay.
Product
Thank
cost collector will only come into picture when you are using product cost by period.
you. Okay.
Okay, so any question on these two topics now? Product cost by order, product cost by period. Now this is a time where you need a lot of practice in the system. Okay, because whatever we have discussed, I made it very simple. Otherwise, this is very complicated to understand. We have seen multiple examples, more than 10, 12 examples of creation of production order till the final settlement. So if you practice now itself, these things will remain in your mind like throughout the life. But if you think that, okay, maybe whenever it will be required, we will go through the videos, it may not make that much sense. So you try to practice, try to create at least 10, 12 transactions. And very important thing is create a document like this. Okay, if you create a document, then lifetime that you can refer to that document and you can recollect whatever you have learned. But if you just see the videos, that will definitely not help, because again and again you don't have time to sit for at least I think whatever we have discussed in product cost planning till now, I think it is more than 12 to 15 hours of content. So you don't have time to sit for 12 hours to go through again and again. Just create a small crisp document which will help you in understanding. Although I'll be also providing you some documents, but don't be dependent on that. If you create on your own, that will be very helpful for you rather than referring to any other document which you download from anywhere else. Okay, any questions? Okay, if not, we have some time. What I'll do is I will maybe another 10-15 minutes. I will continue with the overview to our next topic. The next topic that we are going to start is material ledger. Okay, once material ledger is completed, then we'll come to COPA, and finally we will end our course with product cost by sales order, because product cost by sales order requires some integration with COPA, and that is the reason we need to understand COPA first and then product cost by sales order. So the topic that we will discuss today and tomorrow is material ledger. This is very small topic, but it is very important topic. Okay, any idea what is material ledger?
This name denotes like where material purchases and releases has been managed, maintained with its pricing.
No, but in that case, obviously, whatever things we are doing till now, or even in SAP ECC, whatever materials we purchase, whatever materials we sell, there is definitely the valuation which is standard available in the system. So in ECC, even material ledger was not mandatory. Material ledger was an optional functionality in SAP ECC. But does it mean that you will not be able to make the note of purchases and sales? Definitely. Without material ledger also, I can make the note of purchases and sales also, right? Then why material ledger is required, and when to use material ledger, when not to use material ledger?
Material ledger is part of ECDOC, am I right?
Yes, material ledger will now store the data in ECDOCA. but previously material ledger has their own tables in ECC.
Okay, I think it will help for the automatically calculation of valuation of material. So during month, we might not need to do any specific activity.
Vikram, Saurabh here.
Yes.
Yeah, as per me, material ledger will be useful for reporting.
What kind of reporting?
Financial reporting, because materials will be anyway going to be part of your balance sheet, right?
No, but in that case, whatever we are doing
So,
is under the reporting, right?
yeah, so maybe if we maintain the parallel currencies and if we want to report based on that, then material ledger will be useful. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a main point now. The parallel currency that you said, it is one of the functionality which is available in material ledger. Okay, what else? I think the other point that Smita was trying to tell, Sneha was trying to tell, which was partially correct. It is related to actual costing. Okay, so there is the concept called as actual costing, which will help you in period end. At the end of the period, you will run the periodic processing, which will help you in calculating the prices, whatever variances has been calculated throughout the month. You will be able to settle those variances to the material. Okay, but no problem. We will understand this in complete detail. So material ledger, first understand, I will first talk about ECC point of view, then I will come to S4HANA point of view. So as of today, today's session, as I told you, I'll take only 10 minutes from now. So I'll just give you the overview. You will not be seeing anything in the system, but tomorrow's session will be completely focused on all these settings which are related to material ledger. So in ECC, it is shortly called as ML, material ledger. So ML is optional. Okay, in SAP ECC, ML is not mandatory. It is up to the customer whether they want to use material ledger or not. Okay, what is material ledger? Material ledger provides some additional features which are not possible in normal material valuation. Okay, what are those features? When we are saying additional features, what are those additional features? There are two additional features. Okay, number one, if you want to do the material valuation in multiple currencies or multiple valuation methods, don't worry, I'll tell you what are valuation methods and all. We will come to that. So if you want to valuate your material in multiple currencies, or you want to evaluate your material in multiple valuation methods, then you can use material ledger functionality. Okay, or second is, it is used for actual costing. Okay, so these are the two. Maybe you can segregate this into three. You can say material valuation in multiple currency as one. Okay, so in different books, in different blocks, you'll be able to see it differently. So sometimes material valuation in multiple currencies and valuation methods is shown separately, or in some cases it is shown under one point itself. Okay, so we will see this all three. So let me just give you the explanation of what exactly it means. See what happens in SAP ECC. I'm talking about ECC as of now. In SAP ECC, how many currencies we can have for a company code? Whenever we create a company code, we provide one currency, but we can add additional currencies. How many additional currencies we can add?
Maximum 3 for reporting purpose.
Maximum 3. So let's say, for example, this is an Indian company. Their main currency is INR, Indian rupees, but they have the group reporting required in US. So they want to have the USD also. So let's say this company in FI, they activated one additional currency. So INR is company code currency and USD is a group currency. Now this is from the FI point of view. This is from the company code point of view, which means whenever I'll be doing any transaction in FI, what kind of transactions I can do in FI? AP, AR, GL, bank accounting, asset accounting, whatever transactions I do in FI, it will capture this information in two currencies, INR and USD. But whenever I purchase any material, okay, let's say I'm doing the MIGO, and as soon as I do the MIGO in accounts, in GL, definitely I'll be able to see the value in two currencies, because in FI I activated parallel currency. So whenever I purchase a material, okay, whenever I do the MIGO, system will show me the value in INR also and USD also. But what about the material valuation in the logistics modules? What about the logistics component, MM component? In MM, we only activated normally the only one currency, which is company code currency, is activated. So in MM module, you will be only able to see the data in one currency, that is INR, right? So although from the FI point of view, I can see INR and USD, but from the material valuation point of view, I can only see the company code currency if I'm not activating material ledger. So if a customer has a requirement that all the material movements, whenever I buy anything, whenever I sell anything, all my material valuation should be done in additional currency. In that case, we activate material ledger for that customer. So one scenario where customer can go and activate material ledger is when they have the requirement of multiple currencies. Second scenario is when they have the requirement of multiple valuation methods. Normally, this is for group valuation. So for company code valuation, they are using one currency, but for group valuation, they want to use another currency, for example. So this can be combined together. Currencies and valuations can be combined together. So for group valuation, you can this group valuation reports can be activated only if you are activating material ledger. So one is you have the requirement of multiple currencies. Second is you have the requirement of multiple valuations. In these two scenarios, you will be using material ledger. Third scenario, which is not easy to understand as of in 5 minutes, actual costing, which we'll understand in detail. Okay, just now, as of now, just understand that these are the three different scenarios under which we use material ledger functionality. Now coming to SAP S/4HANA. So in S/4HANA, ML is mandatory. Okay, just remember, let me enter in the bracket. It is mandatory technically. Now, what do you mean by technically? It is mandatory from the table level point of view. ML, there is one activity that you need to select that material ledger is active. But even if material ledger is active, doesn't mean that all these are mandatory. So functionality wise, just remember this point, functionality wise, it is still optional. Okay, so it is not necessary in S/4HANA that I have to activate parallel currencies. If my company is in India, I don't have any group level reporting requirement, I don't have any group valuation requirement, I don't have any actual costing requirement. So SAP is not saying no, still add additional currency USD. That is not the case. SAP is not asking you to activate the functionalities of material ledger mandatorily. They are only asking you to activate it technically so that the data should be stored in ACDoc A itself. If you don't activate, then we require the old tables, and old tables are deleted in S/4HANA. Right? So material ledger is mandatory, but only from the technical point of view, not from the functional point of view. Okay, so this is the only basic difference between ECC and S/4HANA. Otherwise, whatever material ledger you do in ECC, it is samely available in S/4HANA also. We will see all the scenarios. We will see how to activate multiple currencies. We will see how to activate material valuations, and we will also see how to activate actual costing and do the transactions. All right. So just remember this as of now. We will meet tomorrow, and what we need to do is, if you want to understand ML in detail, we cannot use our existing company code that we created. ABCS we cannot use. The reason is we already posted a lot of things in that, and if we try to see the scenarios, it will create a lot of confusion. So tomorrow what we need to do is we need to set up a completely new company code which will be only used for material ledger scenarios. Okay, and it is a very small topic. I think maybe tomorrow itself it get closed, or maybe it will need one additional session apart from tomorrow's session. So we'll try. We'll see if whatever we are able to complete tomorrow, we will complete that, and whatever is remaining, we will complete in the next session. Okay, any questions?
We do have that group reporting in ECC as well, right? So when we have three currencies, and we do have with even ECC, we do have a parallel reporting functionality with new GL. So
No, that is for FI. Whatever reports you are getting, that is for FI. You are not getting the material valuation in multiple currencies.
but
See,
material
for
value,
material,
sorry,
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
but it will be same as what it will be for FI, right?
No. For material, see, for just the example that you gave. So if I want the reports in multiple currencies, I can go to BSEC table, I can go to new GL table, right? But if I want a material level reporting, material is not available in these tables, right? Do I have the material field available and material transaction details available in BSEC? Those are only available in MSEC, right?
Yes.
So that is the difference. In MSEC, you will not be able to see the additional currency. There is a valuation table called as EBW, MBEW. Again, this tables doesn't have the multiple currencies options. So they only store the data in one currency, company code currency. So from FI point of view, you are 100% right. Whatever you are saying, you have the new GL accounting active, you have the BSEC table with multiple currencies. That is definitely fine. But when it comes to the material valuation, tables which are part of MM and the integrated tables like EBEW, MBEW, that are only storing the data in the company code currency. That is a restriction.
But the ultimate goal is to get right financial number, right, Vikram? Why we need at material level such calculations?
Okay, when you will understand this actual costing, you will come to know why it is required. See, number one is actual costing is a completely different thing. But if I talk about this material valuation in multiple currencies, so you need to have different kind of reports, right? Every report is not meant for the financial CIOs and CFOs, right? There are many reports which are required for the inventory team also, so that they can take the informed decision whether they are getting the material at the right price or not, right? So if they are getting the information in only one currency, that will create an issue. That is the reason they need additional currencies to be updated in the material valuation also.
So it means that it will help to decide the procurement?
Yes, it is not only procurement, it is someone who is dealing with the material valuation. See, if you think about a company, in a company, there is a separate team who is taking care of financials. And there is a separate team who is taking care of making sure that they have the right vendors, they are getting the material at the right price, they are not paying more for the materials. So they are doing a lot of reporting at their end also. So they will not be dependent on FI every time to get the report and give it to them that, okay, whatever you purchase, the USD value is this much or the euro value is this much. In their reporting itself, they should be able to see multiple currencies.
I see.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so we will meet tomorrow, same time, and we will continue with this ML discussion.
Okay,
Sir?
Vikram, the link.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the link is same, right, for tomorrow's session?
Yeah, link will remain same.
Okay.
Sir, Vikram sir, Balakrishnan speaking.
Yes, Bala.
Sir, I received your link for a server access. So still now I did not click that. After clicking and registering, after clicking and registering only, it will be activated, right? Or
No, Bala, it is already active. 1 month is already started, so don't do that. Because we get it from the vendor, and vendor will charge based on as soon as we ask him to activate the connection.
okay.
Yeah, so if you're not using, let me know. Maybe I will ask him to disconnect as of now. Otherwise, it will unnecessarily, you will waste your 1 month.
Yes, sir. Just I kindly request you to just disconnect, sir, for a few days.
Okay, so let me check with the vendor. How many days is already over? I think already 5-6 days, right?
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, let me check, because normally if it is 1 or 2 days, he will disconnect immediately. But if not, let me check with him, and if he is doing that, that would be great.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Vikram,
Yes.
whatever, like whoever is in this batch, will you be able to share details of the students so we can in future, if we have any issue and if somebody knows how to resolve, we
Yes,
can
we
reach
can.
out to each other?
We can discuss. Maybe tomorrow when we meet, we will have just small introduction with all.
Okay, thank you, Vikram.
Okay then. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Vikram. Thanks.
Bye, sir.
Yes, sir.